Welcome, my name is Ed Wenck. I'm with CEDIA. I'm the content director there, and welcome to another chat about a CEDIA award winner. And this time we're going to talk about a space that is known as La Maison. It's a showroom.
Yep.
Specifically. We're not going to talk about a residential space per se, but we're going to talk about a space that is used to show clients exactly what kind of potential they're looking at when it comes to home technology integration. And the firm responsible for this is Henri, and Michael Sherman joins us from Henri. Hi, Mike, how are you?
Fine, and you?
Tell us a bit about the company, if you would, a little bit about Henri.
Yeah, it's a family business. So my grandfather started it in 1961. It was an electrical contractor at first.
Really?
Yeah, and then my father joined the company, and he was the one searching for innovations. And at first, he imported some products from United States. He was actually the first importer of Lutron products when there weren't a Lutron office in France.
All right.
So we started installing those technologies, and then I joined the company, and now we're doing electrical, high and low voltage.
High and low voltage. And we're joined also by Thanh Lepaux from Lutron. Did I pronounce that correctly, I hope?
Yes, correct. Thanks.
First time. I can't believe I got it. Outstanding. So that explains why a rep from Lutron is joining us up here, because you guys have had a long partnership, correct?
Yeah, since 20 years now.
All right.
Yeah, and Henri worked with us with residential system, commercial system, and hospitality Lutron system. Yeah.
And this is specifically for the residential client, this showroom.
Yeah, correct.
It's actually both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
It's an apartment, but because we got into the hospitality industry, you have all the residential and hospitality technology. The room, the bedroom, bathroom is actually made to show what we can do with like IPTV system and everything.
So would you describe it as more like an apartment as opposed to a hotel room? It's closer to an apartment, you think?
Yeah, it's close to an apartment.
Right.
The idea is, so it's called La Maison, which means the home.
Oh,
so
okay.
we bring people home. There's everything. You have the impression or the feeling that you go to someone's place. You're in the living room, you're in the kitchen. And then, of course, we can show technology, and we can show hospitality technology as well.
Terrific. Who came up with this concept? How did you guys develop this concept of a space that you might live in?
So it's my father, actually, who's somewhere over there.
Over there, yeah.
He's hiding.
Yeah.
I'm going to let Michael do the talking. All right.
We had a first showroom in Paris a few years ago, and it was about showing technology and solutions. And it was actually difficult to show what we really install at our clients. We don't sell products, we sell an experience, comfort, entertainment.
Right.
So the good way of showing that is to have this kind of place. Clients were asking us, can I go to visit someone else's place? It's always tricky because clients, they don't want to accept someone's coming to their place. We have some, but it's not like we can do this for everyone. So the idea is they come in our place. So what was challenging is we work in very high-end environment. So of course we couldn't afford to have exactly the same high-end environment.
Right.
But it's still like a very nice apartment where you can feel it looks like our clients.
But it's not showcasing the top level of what you can do. So you've got to make some compromises, and you've got to determine exactly what technology is going to be integrated. Yep. Walk me through that process. How did you, as a firm, decide this will go in, this won't go in, and was there any internal struggle about what exactly you're going to put in this place?
It's a good question. It's we wanted to show, as I said, functionalities. So like lighting control, music. It's not just about products. So when you say top, high-end, or it's sometimes in question of products. But first it was, here's what you can have in your place, but you can have better equipment in terms of sound or video or things like that. But at least you have the experience, so that if you think that automation is complicated, or all the things that some architects or client might think, they come inside and they see that it's very pleasant, comfortable.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we talk about technology and everything.
We'll talk about lighting in a minute. I'm sorry, finish, please.
So yeah, in terms of technology, so we are partners with Lutron for more than 20 years, so it was pretty obvious for us to install this kind of technology. And what we do is we have in different places, different finishing, so we can show different products as well.
So obviously lighting, a huge part of this integration. It's one of those things, it's a segment in the United States, frankly, that's fairly small when it comes to integration, but in Europe, I know in the EMEA region, it's a much larger percentage of a lot of integrators' business. So talk about how you gents determined exactly what kind of lighting, shading, and control you were going to put in this place. Don?
Yeah, we work on the atmosphere per areas, and we because we have different points. The aesthetic. So with Lutron, you have different keypads with different aesthetic. The particularity is we have engraving buttons, so we can play with different scenes, so and create atmosphere with the lighting control, the dimming, and the shades.
Right.
So we have a special custom scene in the living room, for example, for the movie. You have a scene or entertainment. You have the shade and the light coming down, for example, and some custom effect with the TV stand. All the flap of the TV stand are motorized with Lutron drives. They are quiet. And same for the projector screen, for example. So all move together. So the end user could see what's happened. And it's very simple, just one press button.
One button, automated
you have
scene.
a different atmosphere, cozy, or for movie, or what else?
Do you also have like presence detection in there? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got a multiple.
Can manage that, yes.
Multiple, intentional and automated.
Presence is more, so it's in the bedroom.
Okay.
In the high-end project we worked, there are not many detectors for lighting, but in hospitality you can have this to know if the room is occupied or not. So it's
very important.
It's more to, not really for lighting, but in occupancy.
All right.
And yes, for the lighting, it's a big part of our job. As I said, we come from electricity, so lighting is the first thing that anyone has in his home. So managing it is very important. And then you have the audiovisual and the client, it's a pleasure for the client. It's additional. So a lot of our projects, they integrate lighting control.
Let's talk about the audiovisual systems in here. What kind of zones, what kind of video delivery, what did you do?
So we have a lot of audio zones and big audio system. The thing is, because we had a first showroom, we knew how to do with this one. So it needs to be simple. So even if we have different kind of speakers in the living room, when the client puts the music on, we decided which speaker would go on. It's just, you have music. And then we have an iPad for ourselves that we can play on different stuff, like showing the different kind of speakers and having a difference of sound. So there is the functionality first, listening to music, and we can show different kind of integrated or visible speakers. This is how we manage audio.
All right. Other systems in there, climate or energy management, or?
We control HVAC, of course.
Terrific.
So there is a regulation done by a specialist, and we integrate with it. We don't do the regulation ourselves, so it's a control. The thing was to show we can integrate everything in the apartment.
Right. Now, obviously, all of these systems need to have incredibly intuitive controls, because you're showing these folks how to use this and how easy it is and how seamless the integration is going to be. Yeah. Speak about some of the challenges and what kind of gear you used for that and how exactly you arrived at that experience.
Well, as I said, it was two different steps. There is the architecture, technical architecture, and then of course there is the client experience. So what I said at first is we're going to make it as if it was at one of our clients, not our offices, not our showroom. And then we will add functionalities that are hidden, that are for us, to show more things. But if you start saying it's my showroom, I want to show this, I want to show that, I want to be able to do this and do that, the system is too complex for people. It's a real apartment, functioning with everything, kitchen, bathroom and everything, so you can live in there.
Gotcha. So is this a retrofit or is this a new build?
So the building was existing, but we.
Is it an apartment building?
Yeah, it's an apartment.
They're flats above and below?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually a first floor.
Oh, all right.
It's not. It's a place where we have meetings. It's not on the street. It's not for people to come in.
I see.
It's for people to be invited. We do events, we do meetings.
Got it.
But it's a first floor.
Uh-huh.
And so we had this apartment, but it was very old, and lot of dry walls everywhere, small rooms and everything.
Yeah,
so we tear down everything.
Oh, really?
And we made everything from new. So my father did all the interior design. So when you see the astronaut, that's his idea. Everyone who comes in, if you have the picture, everyone who comes in sees it. And
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah,
what was the inspiration for having the astronaut in the
I see. We see
there.
things at our clients, some things that are eccentric, and some of them we actually like. You say it's nice. So
I love it. I think it's terrific.
Yeah, it's very nice. So we had a client who had those giants, Batman and Iron Man and everything in front of his cinema room. So it was an idea, and so my father found the astronaut.
When you're going into an older building like this, and everything clearly, there's no stock windows that goes into something like this. You've really got to rip and tear. What kind of surprises awaited you when you started getting into this project? What kind of challenges did you run into?
It's the main challenge. It's not. I would say it's not a technical one, because we come from the construction industry. So
you're all set. Sure.
The thing is, we were working for ourselves, and it's client first. So it actually took us a long time to finish this showroom. So it was, half finished for a long time, and it's difficult to say. Okay, now we need to move on and do as if we needed to get a check from our clients.
Wow, I didn't think about that. Yeah, you've got a budget time for constructing the showroom in between other projects, right?
Yeah, you have your teams, they work there, but they have to work at clients. So, and also, as we were saying, there was this idea that came at one point saying it's like at our clients, because your showroom, you always have new ideas about, but we can also do this and do that and add this and add that. You need to make it as a project, like a client's project, and then we think upgrading it, but this is the way we managed to finish it. But it took a long time, yes.
Who's directly above this? Is it a residence or more office space?
It's a residence.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, do we have good relations with the neighbors?
I was going to ask. I mean, did you have to get into some heavy sound isolation here between these two floors, or?
Yeah, we did a lot. We did a lot. So in this apartment.
Yes.
But also in the common areas.
Okay.
So the thing is, it's a really old building, and we wanted our clients to have the full experience, from the door on the street. So the outdoor intercom is we made it new, and we also made new corridor, stairs, everything brand new, because it needed to look like
nice,
like a nice place.
Nice, yeah, of course.
So it helped with the neighbors.
So let's talk more about the lighting and some of the work that you always work with Lutron, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And how many projects do you think you guys have collaborated on at this point?
In a year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, in Wesi, maybe 10, 15 for residential apartment, for example, or villa. You have the south, so 20. Let's go for 20.
Okay.
And maybe two hotels per year.
What's
the
location of this now? Is this in Paris or is this south of France?
It's south of the French Riviera. It's in Cannes.
Okay, in Cannes.
Yeah. So it's a nice city.
Is this your only showroom, or is there another one in Paris?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And we actually bring architects and clients also from Paris. We have this planning over one day. So you don't get up too early, you don't come back too late, but you get to see the sun and to have lunch on the beach and to visit the showroom. So it's actually a nice day. So but it's a very nice location. I don't know, 100 meters from the beach, and it's a city where there is a lot of events and animation. Everyone knows about the Festival de Cannes.
That's terrific.
A lot of other events. So we take the opportunities from that too.
100 meters from the beach, do you have any problems with salt air?
No, it's
not really.
Plus it's indoor, so yeah, when we do villas or something like that, yes, there's always a
far enough away, and
you could rent the apartment sometimes.
Yeah.
Turn it into an Airbnb.
Yeah.
So is the kitchen and bathroom though? They're fully functional, right?
The old apartment is a real apartment.
Yeah.
So it was the idea. It's like we can have people staying for the weekend.
Sure.
So So we did the first stress testing.
Oh, really?
I
How'd it
stayed
work?
for a weekend. It was really interesting. It was nice because I was still programming, working from bed and programming. But it was important to do because kitchen wasn't equipped that well, so in order to do anything, so I went to buy a lot of stuff. But now it's a fully equipped apartment.
So what kind of systems do you have in the kitchen and bathroom? What kind of? It's beyond audio and video, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't have. It's a very nice kitchen with a very recent products. It's not linked to the system, but we have a wine cellar.
Right.
What do we have? I don't know. It's a very nice kitchen. It's a buffet kitchen.
And do you have the ability to show off the racks and the equipment and the work you do there to the clients as they come in? Tell us about that.
Yeah, I thought it was important. So because the space isn't that big, there is not technical room, but I wanted to be able to show the technical. So this is actually interesting. So this is the electrical cabinet. That's how you say. So it's actually behind a glass, a dark glass, and we have a specific button. When we press it, you have the LEDs, those two that turns on. So the client, he comes over there, he doesn't see the technique, but if you want to show it, we can show it. And this space is actually very nice. It's between the living room and the bedroom. So we have all the samples, we have those technical, we have our awards that we like to show, and we have something else that you don't have the pictures, it's our museum. And it's very nice because we've been in the industry for a long time, and when we cleaned our storage,
you can see some products.
Yeah, it's
surrounding it.
Right on the left
back corner. But we have a lot of old products like the first Graphic-i.
Yeah.
We have a Homeworks QS video on VHS.
Oh,
so
that's terrific.
It's nice to show that we've been in the industry for a long time.
Do you have an original Lutron dimmer switch? Hey, those guys invented it. What was the biggest challenge here? Besides budgeting your time and making sure that the neighbors were cooperative?
It's difficult to say. A lot of different challenges. I think what I said before, finishing it was the main challenge.
Finishing it was the biggest problem.
It seems silly, but...
What kind of return on investment have you seen the ROI yet on this thing?
Well, it's difficult to say exactly.
Tough to quantify?
We do all of our meetings in there, and clients and architects, they're always very enthusiastic because it's a nice place. Whether it's to show things, or they come back just for meetings because it's a nice apartment. You have everything. This table in the kitchen, we have a keyboard, mouse. We can display schematics and everything. So it's actually a nice place just to do the meetings. So and it shows, I think, they have this impression. They come and they see that it's how would I say, a serious company.
Yes.
And there is a real question of integration. We show that, and it's not technology, it's integration. I think they see that when they come here. So
let's dig into that a little deeper. I want to talk about, you get a client in here and you've shown them the various rooms, you have a sit down with them, perhaps bring in somebody like Dan or somebody who's going to help you really map out what the client wants. Talk about how you work through the discovery process. What kind of questions are you asking when a client is sitting there in this marvelous space and they're kind of knocked out and oh wow?
It's the process is I didn't want to have like a presentation where I start from one point and go to.
Yeah.
It's not the point. You're at home, we discuss, and so we can go to see some samples, or I can say, oh yes, we have that in the bedroom, and we go in the bedroom or in the bathroom. You see, that's the speakers I was talking about. So it's about like all of our meetings. It's about listening to the clients, their needs, their envie. Anyway, we listen to them, but we have everything around us, and it's a nice place. We can sit in the living room. We don't have to be like doing a real meeting or everything. But it's more like this. I don't go through the whole place. I don't think that's the right way to do it.
At what point do you bring in Thanh? At what point do you bring in the Lutron folks? Right from the outset, or deeper into the project?
Yeah, right from the beginning. It's
terrific.
Yeah. It's something that we have to do with our partners. There is the project itself, and there is what we're going to do together with it. So
there is so much available now with LED technology, lighting fixtures, different form factors.
There is a lot of question about LED.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So I'd imagine that there's a lot more interaction with architects when it comes to lighting now from the outset.
But lighting and aesthetic.
And aesthetics, sure.
And with Lutron, we have both with the keypads and the control, lighting control. Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. So how's that? This is different. This is you. You get to dictate what you want to do in here. But when you have to work with a third-party architect or interior designer, sometimes there's conflict. And how do you eliminate that friction?
In terms of lighting, you mean for the lighting?
The whole project, really.
The whole project, yeah. Everything is, well, the lighting, it's normal that they get to decide, they have a whole project, and we make the technology behind it. When it comes to audio, it's a lot of discussions. Audio, for example, it's always a compromise.
Yep.
You see it or you don't. The sound might be different.
Right.
So we like to show that as well. It's we can, and we made compromise in our own space, even if we're more technical people, because we know in our projects that's the way we do it. The way some things are integrated, the technical guy in the office, they would say, but you know, the architects, we can show also some tips how to integrate this all. So we have a lot of different finishing. It's really important to have this kind of knowledge about aesthetics. So we show a lot of this, but sometimes I show the difference between something that you see and something that you know.
So it's easy to upgrade, you know, an amplifier. It's easy to upgrade a screen. Lighting, a little more difficult because you've got some fixtures that are
it's true.
that are already there. So this is an important part of the discovery process, right?
Yeah. If it's a renovate project, you have to know all the details about, for us, the fixtures, the protocol of dimming, and after we manage with the interior designer, the aesthetic of the keypad, for example.
Gotcha. So what's your favorite part of it? What are you really proud of as far as this project is concerned?
It's a good question. You know, actually, it's the integration. I'm a technical guy, but it's a nice place. I love being in that place. It's not just about technical, and people enjoy it, and it's a nice decoration. Honestly, it's a good teamwork. I know he's hiding, but it's I'm a good technical guy, but it's
the result
to be in a
is
nice
very
place is
good
important.
and nice.
Yeah.
So you can manage different effects. You can present different products, and the innovation is inside and simple to use. So it's perfect.
So we're proud of the place, not especially the technology. It's what we do every time, the technology. But me, what I like, there is a home cinema. I don't know if you have some pictures. There is a motorized screen.
Yeah, the drop.
We have a scenario where you have the lift and everything, and it's a nice place to watch movies. So
what's the big wow factor? Is that the big wow when clients walk in? What really knocks them out?
Yeah, I think that's the one, because you get into a nice living room. Well decorated, and once you get on the couch and you press that scenario, the room transforms into a home cinema, and that's the essence of integration. So it's the difference between when you first enter in the room and when you're in that home cinema place. So I think that's the most impressive for them.
What's it like to win the award?
What?
The CEDIA award. What's it like to win the award?
It's very nice. It's very nice. We every year we compete. We won the first one in 2008, and it was we were very proud of winning for this showroom.
Oh, it's a great showroom.
Invested time and our heart. So no, it was very nice. Yeah.
It really shows. We have about a minute left. If anybody's got any questions for Henri or Thanh at all, right up front. I hate throwing this thing, so I'm going to kind of gently toss it. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
In terms of once you've completed a fully automated home project, what sort of support do you offer your end users after
Great
that?
question.
The aftercare.
Yeah,
service,
the support when something goes wrong.
You mean in general, not for
the whole system, I guess.
Yeah. So we have different.
You can break it down if you want.
How do you say? So we have a maintenance contract. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. So it's something we. It's funny because I think a few years back, residential clients they wouldn't pay for maintenance. They would say it's supposed to work, and people are more. They have more knowledge about technology. They know that it needs to be taken care of. So we have this kind of maintenance contract, and depending on the response time and everything, we have different prices, but it's been I know in the commercial industry or for hotels we don't have troubles with that. The residential, it's taking some time to really make them understand that it's important as well.
Sure.
So,
it's nice when a client knows that a firmware update can go wrong and it's not your fault, right? When they're coming to the table with that knowledge.
If I did the installation, it's anything happened, it's my fault. That's okay. Yeah. But I prefer to have a relation, keep the relation with my client, so that I can come and check once, twice, 3 times a year, and they know I can come quickly. They know I can access from distance. So, yeah. That's
great question, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanh Lepaux from Lutron, thank you so much for the time.
Thanks.
Michael Sherman from Henri, thank you for the time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Round of applause for the project and these gentlemen.